Happy Wednesday. Thanks for joining me. Hope you're all having a really good day today. I'm excited to play and show you some kind of fun ideas that I had. We'll give it just a couple of minutes for a couple of people to come on, at least maybe a minute. I see Sylvia. Hi. Hope you're having a good afternoon. And I do want to thank Darren once again for moderating. I really do appreciate it. It does make it so much easier for me. And I think I can see people are starting to jump on. Awesome. Thank you. Welcome. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to switch the camera view right now. So we'll just go ahead and get started. Oh, it would help if I, sorry about all the close-ups. Okay. So today is the result of just messing around. I always tell you just to have fun and to experiment and have fun. Okay, Dad'll take care of it. Thanks, bud.
Robin's on.
Hi, Robin.
Candy's on.
Hi, Candy. Hi, Sylvia. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and get going. So I'm waiting to kind of see if my camera view is showing correctly. That's the only reason why I haven't actually gotten going. But I will show you, I'm pretty sure you can see this. This is the Perfect Blend Alcohol Marker Cardstock. And this is amazing. If I haven't talked about it before, which I'm pretty sure I have a few times, this paper makes it so easy to use your alcohol markers, and everything just blends wonderful in it. So we're going to use a couple of these for fun. And also, Brutus Monroe, right now he's got Christopher Allen. I know people always think that Christopher's name is Brutus, but no, Brutus Monroe, it was named after Christopher Allen's dog. Anyway, Christopher Allen has Spectrum Noir markers right now, and I got the red set, and I got the green set, and I got the purple set. And I was thinking, you know, I love to color, but not everybody does. So I thought, well, what are some of the things that we could do with these markers? Now, a lot of people have played with alcohol ink. I've seen some amazing backgrounds that people have done with alcohol ink. And to be completely honest with you, I have not really played with alcohol ink much. Most of what I've done is just coloring with my markers. But
Katie's on.
Hi, Katie. But I thought it'd be kind of fun to show maybe a different way to use your markers. I'm going to show you, maybe, it depends on how much time it takes to do everything, but I might show you a little coloring with the markers, but I also wanted to show you another alternative.
Shannon,
so I'm glad you can see all of this. Yes?
You're off center a little bit.
I actually want to be. I'm where I want to be.
Okay, that's fine.
Because I need this white mat.
That's fine.
Darren is so good, he's making sure I know I'm off center. I'm always a little off center. Okay, so this that I'm using right now is, I've got my Tim Holtz glass mat. I'm sure many of you crafters have one of these. If you don't, they are amazing. You need one. And I've got my Brutus Monroe media mat, and this little mat comes with the glass mat. You can see mine is well loved, and it just peels right off. I don't know that you need the mat for this. I will tell you that this will stain, because we are using the alcohol markers. It will stain your white mat. I didn't mind. You may. I actually think you could do it without the mat, but because I wasn't sure, I would rather stain my little mat that I can replace than the glass. And like I said, I was probably being a little paranoid because I think it probably would be just fine.
Nicole says hi.
But I didn't want to take the chance. Hi, Nicole.
And Brad is on.
Hi, Brad. Okay, so we're going to start out, we're just going to scribble a little bit. So the Spectrum Noir markers, they have this kind of a chisel tip. I guess that's what that's called, or fine tip. I don't know which is which, to be honest with you. Maybe this is the chisel tip. If you know, you can correct me. I will not be at all offended. Anyway, we've got this other side. I call them the fat one and the skinny one. So we're going to go ahead and just put it on our mat. The only reason why I'm not doing this on this mat is obvious. I can't see what I'm doing with that. So for this particular technique, this was a better route for me. And I'm just going to use all of the colors. And just kind of randomly put them on my mat. That one might be a little bit more than I wanted on there. I'm going to kind of spread that around, because if I remember right, that color is a little darker than I want. And we have one more after this, and we'll have all of our colors down. I always, you know, they mark them so that you know which side is the chisel tip, or whatever, the fine tip. And I always open the wrong one anyway. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is I have actually filled this little spray bottle with alcohol, and I'm going to just spray a little bit of it onto my perfect blend paper, and I'm also going to go ahead and kind of get my ink loose, and then we're gonna just let the magic happen. We're just gonna let it create itself, really. And I don't mind this. I like the little specks. Sometimes it does that for me, sometimes it doesn't. It kind of depends on how the markers beat up. If you don't like it, the fun thing is you kind of have both sides to choose from too, because it will go through. I think we want a little more color. I usually will just kind of clean it up a little with the paper, just to get a little bit more on there. And then you can decide if that's enough for you, because that's pretty cool by itself. I don't mind that. Or if you want to add more color, you can add more color. One thing I did that was kind of fun, I'll just go ahead and do another layer. We'll just pick a few choice colors. I wanted to get it really wet, because I kind of wanted to make it run a little bit. So now I'm just going to spray. This dries pretty fast, as it is alcohol. You don't need a ton, but...
I love it, great colors.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Candy. This mat came with the glass mat, with the media mat. No, this is the media mat. This is the glass mat. And actually, Darren is going to post a link to both of those.
Already did.
Darren already posted them. I should have known. He's just on it. Okay, so the fun thing is you can kind of let the ink run down. If you want to kind of get more, see how it's running? Whoops, I guess you can't that way. It's kind of running down the page. I actually hung mine up by a clothespin and let it run kind of diagonally, and got a kind of cool effect doing it that way. If you don't want it to run, you can always just grab your paper towel and kind of blot it. And again, you've got both sides you can choose from. It's kind of fun. And you could probably just go ahead and, like, I can take this other one. I could probably just go ahead and absorb with yet another piece of paper.
Candy says I think you could use some transparency too.
Oh yes, you could, instead of a mat. Yes, you absolutely could. So you could use that. And now, I mean, you may have noticed, if you follow me on much on social media, you've probably noticed I've kind of been enjoying the ATC cards. And one of the things I love about them is they kind of just absorb a lot of my scraps and things that I may not use another way, but you know, there might be just a little something I liked about it, and I can just cut out that piece. Excuse me, I didn't mean to have hit the camera. A little earthquake there for you. So I might just salvage just that little bit that I thought was cool. That is, you know, just have fun. That is such an important thing I think we forget, especially with all of, you know, being a grown-up. You forget to play and you forget to have fun. I mean, what is this? This is a piece of paper. You can do what you want with it, and you're not in it too deep. Have fun with it and just try it out. It may work and it may not. I have a lot of things that end up in the trash. But now, like I said, there's a lot of things that are salvaged on my ATC cards. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside and let that dry. And then let me see what time it is. About quarter after?
3:09.
Okay, we have time. Let me go ahead and I will do a little bit of coloring with the alcohol markers so you can kind of see how they blend. I know a lot of people probably have already tried them out, but if you have not colored, I know they're a little intimidating to some people. Alcohol markers are gorgeous. I love the way that they color. But yes, if you haven't tried them before, sometimes they seem a little more intimidating. So let's just get you past that right now. So I'm going to use my Misty.
Ken Bowles joined.
Hi Ken, how's it going? So if you're not familiar, I think you probably are familiar with the Misty. I've got the old model. I need to upgrade. But this is wonderful, especially if you're kind of new to stamping. And this will help you. How many times have you stamped and your image just didn't come out clear? If you've ever done that, you know it's frustrating. And I actually thought I hated stamping when I very first started because I was using cheaper kind of stamps. They had they didn't have the image cut close, so I would always get the corners, and I just thought, oh, I'm bad at stamping. And then I was shown a different way, and then I used nicer stamps and they were cut closer. And then when the Misty came out, I was like, oh my gosh, this is a dream. So we're going to go ahead and we are going to use some of our Raven ink. This ink is great. Let it dry a little bit before, I'm just going to use my heat tool just because I'm not patient. But once this dries, you're great for coloring with your alcohol markers. This is a great ink for that. Does anyone have any questions? I'm talking kind of fast.
Nicole she says, I'm not great at blending colors, but I've noticed on the card panels from Brutus Monroe, they blend themselves and color great.
That is true. And you know what? A lot of times they are printed, if not most times, they are printed on the alcohol paper. And so that does give you that added benefit for sure. I love, love, love this paper. It's definitely a game changer. Okay, I'm just going to go one more time just because I like a nice crisp image. But look, that was the cool thing. That's one of the things that's so great about the Misty is you can go ahead and you can stamp it twice. So if I'd missed a corner, I can know that I might need to push down a little bit when I get to that point. Okay, you can see mine is well loved. Okay, we will grab that out. And I should also show you really quick, since we do have a tiny bit more time than sometimes, I want to tell you, if I haven't convinced you already, I want to tell you about Squeaky Clean because this stuff is amazing, especially on these clear stamps. I have found them so hard to clean sometimes. And I like to have them nice and tidy when I go to use them. And so it's nice to be able to use this cleaner because it cleans them so well. I'll show you. And this one that I just used is a new scent. It is a cinnamon apple pie, and it's new for fall. And it's fun because Brutus Monroe comes out with new seasonal scents for each season, and they are amazing. I haven't smelled one yet that I haven't liked, to be honest with you. But I really like this apple pie one, other than it makes me hungry for apple pie. The cinnamon bear one is even worse for me because I can't tell you how many times I actually go out and get cinnamon bears after because it gets my craving going. Okay, so let's see if I can show you. See how much cleaner? And I didn't even spend a whole lot of time, but we're just going to stick that on there. So keep that in mind as you clean your stamps. That is a great stamp cleaner. You will not regret it. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab our image. Now this stamp set is called Happy Rose. Have to check myself. Yes, this is called Happy Rose. And I love this. This is one of the first ones I purchased because I just fell in love with it. And you know, I love flowers. I'm just going to set this somewhere where I don't knock into it. Okay, so we're going to use, let's see, I think we'll use these 4 colors. We're going to use this one first. And these all, even though this looks kind of orange, these are all from the red package. And these are really reasonably priced. If you've priced alcohol markers and kind of wanted to cry, this is a good alternative to some of the other ones that are out there. And we're just basically going to color the whole flower this kind of orangey red first. So typically you want to start with your lightest color when you're coloring with alcohol ink. And I try not to make really hard lines. I try most of the time to kind of go in a little bit of a circular pattern where possible. And also, don't spend a lot of time right next to the edge, especially when you're using reds, because you don't want it to bleed over. So if you're kind of worried about it, like see, I've got this right here that's kind of close. I would rather kind of shy away from it because the paper kind of blends itself. This paper is wonderful. If I need to go back over it, I will, but I give it a chance to kind of let all the ink kind of settle where it's going to. That way you get less bleed over. If that makes sense. All right, I know I'm doing all the talking. Am I missing any comments or questions that I should be paying attention to?
Everybody's just watching.
If you are joining us on YouTube after, thank you so much for watching, and we do have fun. Is everybody starting to work on their fall projects? I'm just now kind of ready, I think. This time of year always just seems like it speeds right by. When we blink, it'll be Christmas, and we'll be like, what happened? Okay, so one thing I have to remember when I'm doing these live is I can't take as much time as I would, because I actually really love to color. The strokes of just coloring with the marker and everything, it's very relaxing to me. And so I probably am a slow colorer when I'm doing it on my own. So I'm just gonna have to keep reminding myself that, for one thing, you're probably getting bored. So let me just hurry and kind of...
Candy's hoping to make some projects this weekend.
Yeah, that's when I like to do a lot of them too. That's so fun.
Gina just joined.
Hi, Gina. So do you guys like scary Halloween, or do you guys like cutesy Halloween, or do you like that kind of elegant, mysterious Halloween look in your crafting? Okay, so we've pretty well got that covered. So now, just because I can't remember without doing this, we're just going to do a little swatching down here. Whoops. So this one is DR1. We've got CR8. And we've got CR11. If you're wondering what these are, they're the names.
And mysterious / elegant.
It's fun to do a mix. I kind of like a mix myself. But I would say kind of a cross between, I'd probably go more towards the cutesy first.
Gina says not cutesy, but scaled back this year.
Yeah, Gina does a lot of,
You do a haunted house.
yeah, she does. They do a whole haunted house. They've got all kinds of cool stuff going on at their house. She's like the queen of Halloween. So now I'm just kind of going through, and this, knowing that this is going to be our lightest kind of highlight color, this is going to be our next shade darker. So we kind of want to take it out a little bit further. And actually, we probably should go with our darker ones first. I've seen both methods, but since we already started with this one, we'll continue with this one. I think I definitely want that middle darker, and I'm probably not being as thoughtful as I would be, like I said, if I were just kicked back. One thing I love to do is just when we're watching TV at night or whatever, I like to just sit there and color, so I'm not just doing one thing. It's nice to have something to be doing. Okay, I think we just about have that one. And this is really, you would be proud if you knew how much I'm just making myself move faster. Okay, so now we're going to take our darkest color, which is, I would say, the CR11. And we're going to go to our very darkest shadows. So places where, like at the bases of the petals, in the layers, where they shadow each other. And we're not taking this up as high. We're just going to go through and give this rose some depth. And again, I'm doing this a very, very hurried way, so know that if you want to spend the time to really pay attention to where you're putting all your shadows and your highlights a little bit more than I am right this minute, you can have more amazing results. Okay, so, but I want to just give you the basics in case you haven't colored with them before. So now we're going to take, this is the second darkest, and we're going to kind of blend out that dark one. And we're just mostly kind of just taking it from the bottom and just kind of smoothing it out just a little bit past where we've got it. And then I'm going to go ahead and go back to my lightest color. Whoops, don't do it that way. You kind of have to, they are a little stiff sometimes. You kind of have to wiggle them when you take off the lids. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go all the way across all the colors so that I'm moving that ink from the base, and that's what gives you the nice blend, is you're moving that color around. That's what the alcohol ink, that's how it differs from using other markers. And again, if you color for your first time with alcohol markers and you don't feel like you did well at all, don't fret. It takes a little practice, it takes a little time. And just enjoy yourself. Once again, I'm going to say that. Enjoy the process. Don't get so wrapped up in it that you forget that you're supposed to be having fun. There's enough things that we have to do all the time in life. Don't let your hobby become unfun because you forget. Okay. I think that is pretty good. This is pretty good, especially for being so fast. We could blend some more, but let me show you the different colors. I hope that was, I mean, that was a very quick way to do it, but I think we got the basics in there. So, and rather than bore you through coloring all the leaves, I'm going to just show you my finished card, if that's okay. And so I did this background last night, and here's my rose all the way colored. You can see they're pretty well the same. And I was telling you that I kind of let the color run down, and it gave it a fun technique. I actually squirted a little bit of water on there too, just to kind of, because it reacted a little bit to the alcohol ink. And I'll just show you, this is the one we did today. It's still drying. Here's another one that I did, and here's one done with more of the purples. And I don't have all the markers yet. I just have the purple, the green, and the reds.
Yeah, this is beautiful.
Oh, thank you. Isn't that fun? And so easy. You saw how I did it. It was super easy. Doesn't take a lot of skill. Just takes some fun and playing around. And yeah, I'm definitely keeping these to make different cards with. I think this one would be so pretty with a gold sentiment on it. Don't be surprised if you see something like that pop up on my feed at some point. And then this one, I just cut it out, propped it up on its side a little bit, and then I just added some dimension with some foam tape and little ribbon. And then these little sequins, I love them. I don't know if you can tell in the light, but they are called Galaxy Black, and they're just like black glitter, cool sequins. I really love them. Lots of fun, totally easy, and you could make a ton of these. This is the tricky part. This is the part where you'd want to sit back and watch TV when you color all of your roses. You could color a couple of them, get all of the orangey color done first, and move on. Though you do want to kind of make sure your alcohol ink is a little bit wet still as you're going along, so you couldn't get too far ahead. But anyway, does anybody have any questions? Oh wait, I do have one more thing I want to show you. I meant to bring it over here. Hang on one sec. Okay, thanks for sticking with me while I walked away for a second. So right now, Brutus Monroe has in stock these wood signs. This is, it just has this cute home. And I want to show it to you because I will be making a YouTube video on this weekend. I thought about doing it live today, but I thought there's so much to it. I think I'm just going to make a YouTube video and put that up. But it slides up. And then you've got all of these cute little pieces that you can change out for the seasons. So I will go ahead and do some painting and some paper decoupage kind of stuff, and then I'll go ahead and I will post that on my YouTube this weekend. But this is something, definitely get it while you can, because they do sell out often. These yeah, they don't stay in stock very long.
Natalie said that's super cute.
Isn't this fun? Isn't this fun? I can't wait to get this done because I just want to have it in my house. I couldn't wait to jump on this, but I like I said, I felt like it was probably a little much to try to do in a live. I mean, there's 18 different interchangeable pieces, but I wanted to give you that heads up so that you can hurry and get one while they're in stock. And also, if you want to do that, then you can go ahead and watch the video for ideas if you want. So anyway, thank you so much. I think that's probably about it. Let me flip my phone so I can tell you goodbye face to face. I don't know where we went. Oh, there we are. Okay, sorry. There's my big old hand. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate that. And I have so much fun crafting with you, and I hope to see you next week. And until then, I hope you guys will get some crafting done, and make sure you post it and share it with everybody. Thank you. Bye.